It's 12 o'clock noon on Wednesday, which means it's time for Rip It Live on Facebook, where we talk all things softball, including college recruiting, high school happenings, the latest Rip It equipment and paraphernalia, so you, the softball community can be educated and make the best decisions possible. And you can see why more players, coaches, and parents are turning to the Rip It brand for their softball needs. I'm your host, Wes Pollock, and we have another great show today. However, the theme and topic on this show is unlike any we have had done to date. We have two very special guests on the show as we discuss athletes overcoming adversity. And the two guests we have today have certainly both overcome extreme adversity. Bailey Fernandez and Julia Benamati are both elite softball players at their various age groups and both play in the Windermere Wildfire organization. Bailey is a senior at South Lake High School and will be attending Glenn University and NCAA Division II school in Boca Raton on a college scholarship in the fall, and Julia is in grade 7 and attends Gotham Middle School. Both Bailey and Julia have incredible stories to tell about facing a significant medical challenge that not only threatened their future softball careers, but also threatened their lives. However, through great human strength, the support of their families, perseverance, and a drive to not give up and give in, I'm happy to report they are healthy, happy, and very successful student athletes with an incredible bright future in front of them. They are here to discuss their medical battle and how that battle gave them new perspective on the sport of softball and in life in general, as well as how their successful fight to overcome their brain tumors were diagnosed which empowered them and those most important around them, including family members, friends, and their teammates. This Rip It Live show may be one of the most special we ever air on Facebook, and I'm happy that Bailey and Julia are able to join us today, and hopefully, after hearing their stories, not only will you be moved by these two special athletes, but also anyone in our Rip It Live audience on Facebook who's facing any sort of life or sport-related adversity will find and feed off the strength of Bailey and Julia and overcome their own personal challenges. Athletes overcoming adversity is the theme of our show today with two great athletes. But before we get to Bailey and Julia, we have our product giveaway announcements. Last week's product winner for the $50 Rip It gift certificate is Karen Hawkins. Karen Hawkins is the big winner of our $50 Rip It gift certificate. This week's product giveaway, once again, will be a $50 Rip It giveaway certificate. And again, how you win is you share the video, tag a parent or coach, and please make sure it is public. We have to be able to see it for you in order for you to win. So please share, tag, coach, a parent, make it public, and you have an opportunity to win a $50 Rip It gift certificate. Our winner will be announced on next week's Rip It Live on Facebook show. Okay? As well, we have a warm Coach Wes welcome to a new member of the Rip It family, the Oklahoma Twisted Metal. The Oklahoma Twisted Metal bought 13 Rip It jerseys and are now part of the Rip It family, and they look great. So welcome Oklahoma Twisted Metal to the Rip It family, and I hope those jerseys suit you well. All right? So again, if you're just joining us, please share, tag a parent, coach, for a chance to win a Rip It $50 gift certificate, and a chance. So by doing that, gives you best opportunity to win. So again, please make it public though, so we can see it. Very important to make it public. All right, now we're getting back to Bailey and Julia. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hi.
Why don't you tell the Rip It audience a little bit about yourselves?
There you go.
I mean, I know I gave you a little bit of an introduction, but maybe you can do a little bit yourself.
Well, what do you want to know, Coach Wes?
So where you go, what do you do? I've only been playing softball. Just a little bit of brief.
My name is Bailey. I'm 18. I'm a senior at South Lake. I'm going to attend Glenn University. I've been playing for Coach Wes for about 2 summers now.
Yeah.
He's the best coach ever.
Oh, thank you.
And, yeah.
That paid endorsement? No, I'm kidding. Okay, Julia?
My name is Julia. I go to Gotham Middle in 7th grade, and I've been playing softball for a really long time.
Really?
And
Before you were born?
no,
That was a trick question.
I'm like 6.
6, wow, so a long time, both of you
Yeah.
guys. Okay, so, well, you answered my question. I was asking when you started playing softball. So you started playing when you were 6?
Yeah.
I was about maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, so same ages.
Yeah.
Okay. And what made you want to decide? What made you want to play softball? What were the reasons?
I don't know. My parents signed me up, and I guess I just really liked it.
Yeah. You? Bailey?
I started out doing ballet, so that definitely was not my thing.
Don't say that.
My mom, I think she played softball for a little bit, and I know my sister did too.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, why not try it, see if I can beat them. So I was like, it's gonna stick. I like it.
So, like, yeah, so it's worked out well.
Definitely better than ballet.
Worked out well for you, working out great for you,
Yeah.
right? Did you play, okay, you said you did ballet
Mhm.
at an early age. Did you do anything else besides softball?
I played soccer for like a little bit. It was so bad.
Why didn't you like soccer?
It was just not my thing. It was.
It was not my thing. I hated running all the time. And so, I kind of liked playing baseball or softball because it was like stop, start, stop, start. Soccer,
Yeah.
you always have to go chasing the ball.
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're playing softball. Now, when you start experiencing the medical issues that you started experiencing, you were, at the time, you were both playing softball?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me ask you, what type of symptoms did you have that alerted you to saying something's not right?
Well, I had like really bad headaches and my stomach was always hurting, and it was just like I never felt myself. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that going on for a little while before you?
Yeah, it was like a couple months.
Couple months. And yourself, Bailey?
I was having really bad headaches. I would be playing outside and I didn't want to even play anymore. Like, I was never the type to be like, Coach, can you sit me? But I'd get to the point to where the light was hurting my eyes and I'd just be like, Coach, pull me out. Like, I don't want to play. I just want to sit and watch my team. I don't feel like playing.
Almost like concussion type
Yeah,
symptoms where you
just
don't want
bad
the light.
headaches.
And those were the symptoms that sort of led you to go to the doctor and see what was wrong because it didn't really go away,
Yeah.
right? When you heard the news of the diagnosis from the doctor, how'd you feel at the time?
I was like worried and confused. I didn't know what was happening. It was like I couldn't take control of it.
Right. Well, that's a lot to take in at a young age, right? I can imagine. Bailey?
I wasn't sure what was going on. I didn't feel good, and I seen the doctor for my mom and dad outside. I was like, you know, you guys go talk. I'm just gonna lay here in bed. I didn't know what was going on.
So, it's sort of a numbing feeling, right? So all of a sudden you're like here, and all of a sudden now we have to drastic change. So it's what I think, yeah. We're so concerned. We had a bunch of meetings about
and survive after the surgery, so I was wondering like whether or not I was gonna be able to wake up. And then once I did, I was like, when can I step out on the field again? Will I ever be able to? And they're like, not for a while.
Right. So it's not just, life, changing issues. Still one of your things is on softball, which you still want to like the game, right? So, what role did your family, friends, coaches, teammates play in supporting you through your fight to get better?
They were all visiting me and like telling me I could do it and like supporting me through all of it.
Yeah, they're constantly by your side, helping you, supporting you. Bailey?
Mine was just mostly my friends and family, most of my family. I had a few friends come to my house after I got out of the hospital, but my family, they were always there. When I finally got released to go to the playground at Arnold Palmer, they all met me down there, so it was mostly my family that was there.
Right. I mean, those are tough, very tough times and scary times, and, you can see how courageous both of you are, just sitting in these seats and having a conversation about it. And, I tip my hat to you because I know it's tough, and it was tough, but I appreciate you sharing some of how you feel. What role did softball play in motivating you mentally to fight to get better? Because, every time, you're hit with some sort of, tough scenario or challenge, you need to latch onto something that feels good, like a safe place, a place that makes you happy. that helps you mentally fight to overcome such a challenge. So I'm assuming softball was one of the big reasons, and what did softball do to help you do that?
I don't know, I just couldn't get away from playing softball. I just wanted to see my friends and my coaches.
Mhm. That was your happy place?
Yeah.
Like, that's the place you could go escape, cling on to that sort of mental image, and that helped you, right?
Well, my answer, just pretty much just my home is where I go to just get rid of all of the stress and everything, and where I can go to have just nobody judge me or breathe down my neck or anything. I can just be me out there.
Right. Well, even as a coach, I enjoy going out and coaching, and that's my sort of escape sometimes for stresses and pressures in life, right? That, so I can appreciate one that's something that makes you feel right. So, what steps did you take in your life to begin a process of recovery so that you can get back on the field?
Well, I took physical therapy for a while, and I did the book to help me like stay involved with the game. And then like just a lot of softball.
Right. Looking books and talking.
No, I like the book and the scorebook.
Oh, the scorebook, so you love it, you take
Yeah.
track and score,
Yeah.
and then after you sort of in the game, while you're getting better.
I just try to stay on bed rest. And my dad was like change the game and come to work, and sometimes I ask him if we can go throw the ball, and he wouldn't be really sure about that, but eventually I was able to get back in the run throwing the ball like that, and he was really good for me and stuff, so
Right.
helped me get back into swinging a bat.
Right, and that makes you feel better, and that makes you not too bad. As you were recovering, did you find people treating you the same or differently now that you have gone through this?
Everyone treats me the same. Like, they really care about how I feel. I mean, like, they care, but like,
Sure.
it wasn't like something that changed me, like, physically or like,
They care about you, but they
Yeah.
didn't look at you any different.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, right?
Mhm.
They just were happy you were back playing
yeah.
with the team and practicing with them, and they felt good about that, and just treated you as a regular player, which is, I'm sure, how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Right, you want to treat them differently, you know, it's like, I think that's a conservative view like that, so you want them to treat the same.
Yeah.
You really yourself.
Nobody really treats me differently. I'm just another player out there.
Which is good. As you were on your road to recovery, the doctor told you to go ahead to start playing again.
Like 3 or 4 months after I got the surgery, I think.
3 or 4 months after surgery?
Yeah, I don't actually remember how long it was. But
Right,
felt like a really long time.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
For 3 or 4 months, felt 3 or 4 years, right?
Yeah.
I know, when you're sort of like on the disabled list, so to speak, and you can't do what you love doing, it's really hard, right?
Mhm.
How about you, Bailey?
I honestly don't remember at all. I know it was a few months, but I know my parents were also very unsure about letting me get
Sure.
back out there. So
Well, and just like I said, not to less severe concussion based on what you had went through, yours is more severe, but I'm sure same thing. Am I gonna get hit? You know, bang my head on a slide, take a ball, you know, off the forehead by accident, take a pitch. I mean, those are all factors that obviously would be very concerning coming off any kind of brain-related injury or issue. So those are probably some of the concerns that your parents would have had, right? But you just basically said, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right? I'm taking my chances and I'm ready to go. I want to play. How did it make you feel once you got the green light, once the doctor said, you're good to go?
It was like the
Yeah.
happiest day of my life.
Was it the happiest day of your life?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was great. But I always had like Advil and ibuprofen on me because I still got headaches really bad. So
Afterwards?
yeah, I would not leave the house without just some type of ibuprofen or Advil. But I was happy to be back out there, even if I did have headaches. I didn't care. I just wanted to play.
Yeah. So, like I said, for both of you, it was one of the biggest days
Mhm.
up to that point at least. Maybe still is when you got there, when the doctor said, you're good to go. Did you have any fear returning to play? With how your performance might look like after being off for so long? Or, again, like we just talked about a little bit, getting re-injured?
I Well, I was a little rusty, but I didn't really care. I was like, go play.
You could have struck out 10 times in a row and gone 0 for 30, but the fact that you were still on playing on the field was most important.
Yeah.
And I would feel the same way, right? Because everything else seems minuscule in relation to recovering from that, becoming healthy, and moving forward, right?
Yeah.
None of this other stuff matters as much, right? And how about you, Bailey?
I was rusty too, trust me.
Yeah.
But I was just mostly worried about, since I started out, I went back right after my tumor and started catching again. I was just worried about, getting taken out by somebody and just hitting my head or something, so,
Yeah, because you guys both catch.
yeah.
That's not the easiest position when you're healthy, and you've had nothing ever happen to you, let alone coming off, major surgeries, especially around like head injuries and head, related illnesses. So that was a demanding position. So yeah, I mean, a home plate collision, foul tips off the mask, right? I mean, a lot of things that could hurt. I mean, like I said, when you're healthy, let alone coming off an injury, but you guys didn't care, right?
No, but
Yeah. That's why you're catchers, right? Maybe if you're an outfielder, it might bother you, but you're outfielders aren't. Kidding, all outfielders. My daughters are outfielders. So I mean, I was an outfielder, so I can say that. Upon hearing that you received the word that you were in remission, right? And what was the first thing you did after hearing the good news? What was the first thing you did and said, you know what? You're sort of like on the road, everything's behind you. The golden path, the pot of gold is in front of you. All the tough issues are behind you. What was your reaction? How did you feel?
I was really excited because I could go back to school and play softball.
Right, okay. So it's basically had chains removed,
Yeah.
right? And no hesitation now. What about you, Bailey?
I was just ready to be out in the field again and just out in the outdoors pretty much because I was inside all day, every day, 24/7, so it was terrible. I loved being outside and on the field.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, again, it was one thing to get to clearance to play, and another thing when the doctor says, now you're really good to go. You don't have to look back. So, again, it seems like softball was a common denominator, right, that you can hold on to, right? Did and do you now look at life a little differently? Having gone through medical challenges and overcoming it and winning the fight, has it changed your perspective about life and about being able to not just play a sport like softball, but play it at an elite level? So you guys weren't just playing, Little League at the time, or, you guys are both travel ball players at different levels. You're going off to college on a scholarship. That's your goal, I'm sure.
Yeah.
One day, right? Was that next year? No, it's
Like-
a few years, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I keep thinking you're 17 or 18. No, but has it changed your perspective, about life and playing softball at the elite level, having gone through what you've gone through and facing the adversity you faced?
Yeah, it has changed my perspective. I can literally say I can do anything.
Right, and you're empowered, right?
It showed me not to take life or the game for granted because, to some people it may just be a game, but to me that's my whole life. And if I wasn't able to play again, I don't know what I would be doing, honestly, because that was what I did every day when I got home from school. I went outside and threw the ball. That was my life, still is, so.
Right, especially when you play for me. You have no life other than softball, right?
Over the summer, yeah.
Right, but, I mean, again, it's true. I mean, I see with a lot of players, they get so caught up and they're frustrated, like I said, when they go 0 for 3, 0 for 6, you know what I mean? They make an error, they lose a game. And that's important, you're a competitor, so you're always gonna feel that way, and you should. If you're a tough-nosed competitive player, you're always gonna feel that way. But when you've gone through some major adversity, you should be able to, I would think, to sort of peel it back a little bit and not go over the edge, realizing that, hey, you know what? I feel fortunate to even be in a position to maybe make that error or to go for 6 because I'm playing, right? So I think if everyone sort of took that attitude a little bit, it probably helped their mental part of their game. I mean, again, people are going to be upset if they make a mistake. They're going to be upset if they strike out. They're going to be upset if they go for 6. And I guess that's the perspective I take in as a coach. I've gone through some challenges too. that as much as they get frustrated or something like that, or never one's ever happened, losing versus winning, but I'm able to step back and say, it is not the end of the world. It's just this moment, and this moment will pass. And there'll be better moments in front of you. Would that be an accurate statement? As I try and portray to you guys on your team, you know, now we win a lot more than we lose.
Yeah.
But when we lose, it's always tough. But I find that I sort of can, the world is not ending, the sky is not falling.
Yeah.
We will be back to fight another day. And that's sort of been your mentalities, right?
Yeah.
I've gone through it, right? Okay, so having faced the most serious of adversities and stared it down and come out on top, how has that led you to face and win other adversities you may face in life, such as, you know, achieving strong grades, goals you set in sports, and continue to build solid relationships with family and friends? So basically, you know, I can tell you guys, it's not how many times you get knocked down. I tell my kids and I tell my team, it's not how many times you get knocked down in life, because life will knock you down. Life's got a lot of great things, but sometimes it does knock you down. But it's not how many times you get knocked down, but how many times you get up and keep moving forward, right? And so how has going through what you went through helped you in that mindset?
Like, I don't know, like I said before, I can do anything. Like, it doesn't bother me anymore.
Nothing phases you now, right? Now you feel like, hey, okay, if I get not that you do, I don't know, right? Now you get a C, okay, so the next one will be a B or an A, right? And if I don't play well in front of a coach this game, I'll play well in front of a coach the next game or the next tournament. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
Right, your attitude? Obviously, you played well enough to get multiple number of offers to go to college, and you settled in on the best one you thought you got. So that attitude obviously prevailed for you, right? It's like I said, you both got gut punched with life, but you got up and you kept moving forward, and you sort of set the example of what anybody should aspire to try and do and be successful. Bailey, what role did high school softball play in your life, and what has it taught you during your career?
High school softball is definitely a lot different than travel, so.
Yeah, I'll ask you that one after.
We did have a few bumps in the road during high school season, and, you know, we weren't the A1 team, but we always did our best to go out there and fight every game. So playing on the high school team, this being my last year playing too, it's definitely made me realize that, you know, this is my last time on the high school field, and let's just go out there and play as hard as we can. And pretty much playing high school ball has just showed me that, like, you should always play with your heart, and even if you guys are good or bad, win or lose, because it's your team at the end of the day. So.
Right. And high school not yet for you. That's not a year away, right? Yeah, but high school ball is important. You play for your school, you play with your teammates. It's a longer season. It's exciting, right? It's it's a good opportunity. How about travel ball? You can both comment on travel ball, what it means to you and your career, and how you feel about playing travel ball, what's taught you.
Travel ball is like amazing because you get to like go everywhere with your teammates and your friends and your coaches and your family.
Right.
And you can just learn and get better.
Okay.
I love my team. I love my coaches. My travel ball team is definitely, when they say that your team should be your second family, that is definitely my second family. We're all sisters. My best friend, that's gonna be my best friend forever, is on my team. I just met her, so.
Right.
It's definitely where I can go. We all just gel, we get along, and we kick butt most of the time, so. I love my team and I love my coaches.
Okay. That'd be your wildfire team?
Yes, my wildfire team.
How are you as being leaders on your teams? And so if you see teammates frustrated or discouraged, how do you sort of help, pick them up?
I think you do a pretty good job. Like, go and talk to them and say, hey, you can take the next one. Good job,
Right.
High fives.
You're upbeat, high positives, cheerleader, support your teammates, right?
My teammates, sometimes they get down, but if we're not, sometimes they can be hard-headed, and I know myself I can be hard-headed, so if they just need a second to cool off, they bounce right back, and I know I can get upset too when I don't do as good as I know I did, so my teammates pick me up, but it's mostly just you know, my pitchers are having an off day, I'm like, no, you got this, just let's go. But we all pretty much pick each other up, and we're all leaders on the team, so there's not one specific girl that's just a leader, it's all of us.
Which is best. Teams are best when more people can lead, right, and help each other. If you have friends who've injured or are recovering from injury, are you able to help them step back on the field with confidence, having gone through what you went through? I mean, is that something you guys can help your teammates or friends when they're trying to come back from an injury? You know, because sometimes mentally, confidence-wise, you know what I mean? Be able to do what you do.
Yeah.
So you've been able to do that just by
Yeah.
encouraging them. Yeah. And help yourself.
Yeah, we had a junior on our high school season this year. She was out because of her arm injury, and she was one of our pitchers. And you know, she came back probably the last 5 games, and she was just a little nervous. And
Sure.
the coach put her in, and I was like, "Let's go! Like you got this. Just don't even worry about it. Just throw the ball." So I was able to help her, and she did pretty good. So
That's awesome. Now, you're both catchers, right? It's a demanding position, it's a grueling position at the best of times. What do you do to train to maintain yourself physically, condition-wise, to be able to play a demanding position at an elite level like travel ball?
I just kind of do what I was taught and practice a lot. Like blocking, I need to work on blocking, but
Everyone does. It's not easy to block, right? We used to take tennis balls and, you know, go at the catchers and have them move around, but you still work on your blocking.
yeah.
That's the tough part. You know, it's not easy. It's like a goalie in hockey. It's like a goalie in hockey. It's a tough position, right? Really?
whenever I'm not practicing with my Wildfire team, I'm definitely up at my batting coach is Sergio's up at the B2 Pro facility.
Right.
So he definitely gets my butt into shape. So if I need help with catching, him and Coach Garrett will work on my blocking with me. They'll make me run. Even ball slams, they just make me do ball slams no matter what, or squats, run with the bag and stuff like that. So they just help me stay in shape whenever I'm not on the field with you.
Sure. Do you guys have to squat around and walk around in a squat position? You ever do that?
Like the box to do.
Like a duck or?
I don't really do that that often.
No? I think we used to do that a long time ago, but maybe passé now. Tell us a unique story about how you guys met. Because, you know, you guys had previously met, and you had a lot in common, including how you played, besides going through what you went through, but you play the same position, and you both play in the same travel organization, and maybe tell us a little bit about the story, how you met.
Well, it was at one of my practices, and she came over and we like talked and did like an interview kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
We asked each other questions. And,
Yeah.
like, hung out, and she helped me with my catching.
That's nice. You know, some of your experience with it, Bailey?
Yeah, my mom was like, you know, we're gonna go to the wildfire practice for the younger girl. There's a girl that we want you to meet. And I was like, okay. So I went, and then, like she said, we had our little interview, and I was like, wow, this is definitely like a mini me. We went through literally the same thing. We do the same thing on the same team. I was like,
Yeah, that's awesome. Who have been some of the greatest most positive influences in your life?
Like all my teammates, my coach, Jess Willis,
Plug? Yeah, Jess Willis, yeah.
my family.
Family, of course, yeah.
My friends, like they came and visited me. It was
Anybody you want to say? Want to plug anybody? Friends?
Annabelle Sharp,
No, sure.
my best friend.
Okay, there you go, Annabelle. How old are you, Bailey?
mine's definitely, my number ones were my parents for sure.
Right.
And my siblings, and then once I joined the wildfire, I realized that like I'm unstoppable. My teammates and my coaches, Coach West, showed me that, you know, I can be great. So definitely my parents, my siblings, my travel team, my coaches, and then I honestly, during travel ball games, I don't know where I'd be without Savannah. So it feels great to be able to catch for her because that's my best friend.
Savannah Barnett?
Yes, Savannah Barnett.
There's your plug again. What type of coaches do you like playing for?
Like positive coaches
Positive coaches?
and like encouraging coaches
Right, encouraging coaches.
that help you with what you're going through. Like
Sure.
Coach Jess.
Coach Jess again, another plug. That's okay, she deserves it, right? Okay, Bailey?
You want to describe yourself for them, Coach West?
Yeah.
my coaches are just not so much as just, they don't really care, but they help us whenever we make a mistake, and they're not like constantly on us whenever we make a mistake. They understand that, everybody doesn't have perfect games. They help us, they know how to talk to us, they're not constantly screaming at us. They definitely do work us. That's the kind of coaches that I like. It's just
Positive. I mean, I appreciate what you said about me, because I've always said that that's what I'm like. The day I have to yell, scream, or make someone feel bad about how they play, I wouldn't coach anymore. I found that success comes when a player is happier, they'll play better. Not when they're playing scared, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I made sure I've tried to create an environment that way too. So I'm glad that you guys like that. William Wildfire is asking, what's the box of doom that you refer to?
It's like you can either do it like a small box, like around the field, and like squat. So you would squat from home to first, facing the fence the whole time. So you squat forward, then you squat sideways, then you squat backwards, like a walk backwards squat,
Okay.
and then you would squat sideways
Wow.
back.
That's a lot of squatting. That is the box of doom, all right? Bailey, just briefly tell us about your journey to get your college scholarship at Lynn.
That was stressful. Definitely
Stressful?
stressful. I don't know, I was playing and Coach West would come up to me and there's some colleges looking at you. I'm like, okay, I'll try my best, see what I can do.
Right.
And then one game, you just told me that Lynn was there and I was like, wow, Lynn? I was like, cause I went to a camp my freshman year and, I was interested in nursing and they don't have nursing. So I was like, it's not for me. And then I changed my major to criminal justice, and then I realized that that's what Lynn has, and then you told me that they were there one game, and I was like, all right, time to get it together, so
And you did.
thank God it was a good game.
And the rest is history. You're going there, you're signing your
Yeah.
commitment, and you're going there, and that's an awesome story for you. And Julia, you had a recent exciting moment before a college game, Julia.
Yeah.
Tell everybody about that.
I threw out the first pitch.
Nice. And it was before a college, it was before who was playing? Do you remember?
It was like, I don't remember that.
2 college teams.
Yeah, it was 2 college
Did
teams.
you throw a strike?
No, it was like a ball. I mean, everyone else says like a strike. They caught it.
You gotta fake it. Yeah, that's strike.
It was a strike.
60 miles an hour, right
Yeah,
down
sell
the road. That must have been exciting, right? Excellent. Finally, what advice do you have for kids, players, what I mean, who are playing the game, they come across some challenges, adversity? What would you finally tell them?
They can do it. They got it. Nothing can stop them.
Awesome. You, Bailey?
Just that, life throws challenges at you and roadblocks, but you can't let those get you down, even though it may seem like it's the end of the world. Sometimes it's really not. You just gotta learn how to get through it all and keep pushing, because you can be great and you can be unstoppable, even though life throws some really tough things at you.
Throw some curveballs, right?
Throw some curveballs at
Hit
you.
them out of the park, right?
Yeah.
That's what we want to do. Someone throw a curveball, hit it out of the park. I want to thank Bailey and Julia for joining us today on Rip It Live on Facebook. We certainly appreciate both of you sharing some of the most personal times of your life, as well as your families. The times were both challenging and rewarding, but you both showed unbelievable intestinal fortitude, a spirit that only know how to fight, as well as an unmatched perseverance that all of us hope we have in us if we ever have to find the need to tap into and utilize it. Many of us look to role models to help us navigate through life. Some of those role models are star-studded athletes from college or professional sports. Some of us look to other areas of entertainment to find those same role models. There's nothing wrong with that, but I would argue that Bailey and Julia and what they've accomplished in their lives could provide those very role models we aspire to find. Sometimes the best role models are found not on TV, but they may be just the parents and grandparents in your house, your friends down the street and where you live, your teammates on the field or in your school, and yes, even those working at the hospital that takes care of you when you're in greatest need. So I want to thank both of you guys. You are definitely role models that everyone should aspire to be. All right, so thanks, guys. All right, now it's time for one of our favorite segments, and a very popular one, Rip It High School Heroes of the Week. It was another big week of both power and pitching for our high school heroes as teams entered the high school district playoff season. So Morgan Shannon, you know her, Bailey, had a strong pitching outing for Lake Minneola in their big win over Forest High School. Morgan pitched a strong 8 innings, complete game with 8 strikeouts for Lake Minneola. The win put Lake Minneola in the district championship game. West Orange High School came in with a 1-0 win over Lake Brantley. Cassie Rivard went 2 for 3 and scored the one lone run, and the eventual winner for West Orange. Riley Fromberg went 6 innings and gave up no runs on 2 hits for the win. In the circle, Lexi Scalzo came on relief for the save. University High School had a big win over Lyman High School, 7-6. Amina Vega hit her 6th home run of the season in the game. Eastridge was dominant in their win over Westport, 12-0. Skylar Ralston and Bailey Bates both hit home runs for the Eastridge. Both Skylar and Bailey now have 4 home runs on the season. Rockledge shut out O'Galley, 5-0. Freshman Kyle Berry went 7 innings in the pitching circle for the shutout win. Windermere High with a bit of an upset win over St. Cloud, 4-1. Both teams had similar records going into the game, but Windermere came in with a big win. Kate Benedict may have been the difference for Windermere High School as she tossed 7 innings, gave up the lone run, but striking out 14 St. Cloud hitters in the game. And she did not walk a batter. Montverde Academy with a statement win over TFA, 14-0. Montverde had a power surge during the game, going deep 4 times. The power grid went off the charts in Claremont. Whitney Ellis with a home run, Shayla Bybee with 2 home round trippers, and Yanni Guzman with the other home run from Montverde Academy. It was Whitney's 4th home run of the season, Shayla's 6th, and Yanni's 4th. In a battle of the beach, Cocoa Beach High School doubled up on Astronaut High 8-4. Summer Johnson and Megan Foster both had home runs in the game, while Jasmine Frank pitched 7 innings and struck out 14 for the win. In another battle, the top teams used to shut out tough South Sumter team 3-0. Alex Torres with a home run in the game, while Kaylee Betts went the distance for the win in the pitching circle, including 10 strikeouts. In what turned out to be a great district championship game, Eastridge came from behind to beat Lake Mineola 5-4. Eastridge led early 3-0, only to have Lake Mineola come back and not only tie the game in the 3rd inning, but then Lake Mineola grabbed the lead in the 5th, only to see Eastridge with late game heroics on a 2-run homer retake the lead in the 6th and hold on for the win. Eastridge Megan Yurchik with the late game heroic swing to help give Eastridge the district championship win. Ellie Campbell went 3 for 4 with an RBI, and Faith Campos was 3 for 4 with an RBI for Lake Mineola. Alexis Murphy continues to dominate in the pitching circle, and at the plate up north in New York, Alexis' team is 5-0 in their division. Alexis is 4-0 on the season, including their 2 victories over Marlboro High School, a team they had not beaten in over 10 years. Alexis also went 3 for 4 at the plate in 2 of her wins over Marlboro and Rondout High School. Finally, a college shout-out to former Wildfire Paul, HNU version 1.0, and now FAU college senior graduate Mia Olson. Mia concluded her outstanding college career in style. Her senior year, Mia hit .314 with a team-leading 48 RBIs and 11 home runs. Mia now stands 3rd overall in FAU school history for home runs in a career, and 7th in school history in slugging percentage at .474. Congratulations, Mia, your Wildfire coach, and the Wildfire Nation salutes you. And those are your Ripon High School and College Heroes of the Week. Remember, moms, Ripon has a private Facebook group just for you. Just search Softball Mom Squad, click the link in the comments below. As well, remember to like, comment, and share to promote the growing softball community. So remember, like, tag, and share this video, chance to win the $50 Ripon gift certificate, and it also helps grow the community of softball. Tag a parent, do what you can, and we'll grow the sport. We'll be announcing the winner of this week's drawing on next week's Wednesday, May 15th Ripon Live show on Facebook. And until then, thank you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday at noon on Ripon Live on Facebook.